Hey, what is up, you guys? Nico Blaze here, and today I'll be giving a quick movie review on two films. Two films that is arguably, like, in the comic book world, two of the worst Spider-Man films ever created, and I'm talking about The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. And right off the bat, guys, I didn't hate the two movies. It's just I felt like the writing and the acting was sloppy, and I'm not gonna say all the actors were sloppy. I love Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy. I was not a fan of Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. The first film, I did not like that the Lizard was like Spider-Man's first bad guy. Like I would have preferred, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say Green Goblin because Green Goblin debuts in the second film, which was also terrible. I would have, like, for the first film, I would have wanted um hell, they were doing something different anyway with like the suit and sort of his origin story. They should have went like a whole nother direction and brought in the Hobgoblin. That would have been a great starter, like it would have been cool. But it's like, okay, the first film, it starts out with the average story. Peter Parker, like, his parents are scientists and they leave to go, like, study something, and they end up never coming back, and he's raised by his Uncle Ben and Aunt May, and he's a nerd in school, and he goes on a field trip with, well, in this movie he snuck on a field trip to Oscorp, and he wanders into a lab and ends up getting bit by a experimental spider. And for some reason they said in the movie that the spider only gave Peter powers because the spider was connected to his DNA due to his father's research or something. It was weird. And pretty much from there, the whole movie took, like, it was about like cross species genetics. And Dr. Connors, who was like sort of Peter's godfather in the film, he wanted Peter's father's research to hopefully create a serum that he could regrow his arm because he lost it during cancer, I believe. And he ended up becoming the Lizard. And pretty much, the whole spiel. They have a big battle. Spider-Man comes out on top, and Lizard gets put away. And in the second film, they went even worse because they brought in Electro. And I'm going to admit this, Jamie Foxx was amazing as Electro. And I think he is what dragged a lot of people to the theaters to see it. Because when Jamie Foxx dedicates himself to a role, he dedicates himself to it. He was great on Django Unchained and Ray, and the list goes on. And pretty much the movie is about Electro. He's kind of a lost spirit. He thinks that Spider-Man is his best friend, but then he realizes Spider-Man wasn't his friend, and Harry Osborn is in town, and he wants Spider-Man's blood to cure him of some type of family disease that he has, and Spider-Man says no, so he ends up injecting himself with some experimental drug, and he becomes the Green Goblin. And pretty much they take it right from the comics that the Green Goblin kills Gwen Stacy. Well, in the movie, Spider-Man accidentally kills her by, like, trying to save her, and she bashes her head on the ground. It's a whole thing. And pretty much the movie, it wasn't that good at all. The two movies as a whole, if I have to rate it right now, I would give it a 2 out of 5. It was not good, but it's like entertaining to watch because it's like sometimes you just want to see a car accident, and that's what it is. And it was just bad. All right, guys, check you later.